Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are mastering the absolute trickiest interview trap out there, the failure question, and exactly how to beat it in the AI-driven workplace of 2026. Because get this, a single behavioral question actually derails over 60% of otherwise perfect interviews. I mean, imagine it. You've totally cleared the aptitude test, your technical interview was absolutely flawless, and your resume completely wowed the recruiter. You're literally picturing your start date, mentally setting up your desk, and then the whole atmosphere just shifts. Out of nowhere, they drop this massive, anxiety-inducing question right in your lap. Tell me about a time you failed. And within seconds, all that hard-earned confidence just vanishes. This single question rejects more candidates than almost anything else, and it's entirely because of how we're naturally wired to get defensive about failure when the pressure is on.
Most people instantly freeze up, or they fall right into the classic traps. Some candidates will confidently sit there and say, well, I don't think I've ever really failed. Or maybe pull out that old cliche, my biggest failure is honestly just that I care too much. Others will immediately point fingers and blame their old manager, or try to sweep their mistakes entirely under the rug. And that is exactly why their application gets tossed in the trash. Recruiters know a fundamental truth. Literally, nobody is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. What they are actually testing is what you do the minute after you make one.
And this perfectly illustrates why the stakes are so incredibly high right now. The 2026 workplace has completely fundamentally changed. Before AI, we spent hours doing manual, repetitive grunt work. Entering data, writing up tedious reports, sorting through a million emails. But today, AI automates those workflows, summarizes meetings, and analyzes data almost instantly. Employers aren't just looking for people who can work hard anymore, they need people who work smart. Because AI systems are now analyzing communication patterns and workflows, employers are exclusively hunting for highly adaptable problem solvers. They want candidates who can seamlessly pivot the second the technology changes. They definitely do not expect perfection. They expect absolute adaptability. They want someone who can confidently say, yes, I made a mistake, I fixed it, I learned from it, and now I am significantly better.
Okay, so let's dive into this game-changing framework called L.E.A.R.N. This isn't just some quick interview hack. It's a continuous philosophy that helps you organically weave your past mistakes into a really compelling story of growth. By the time we finish walking through this, you're gonna know exactly how to tackle this dreaded question with total confidence.
It starts naturally with L for loss. You begin right at the mistake and you are entirely honest. Do not flinch. For instance, just saying, my first software deployment was delayed by 1 day. You boldly take ownership of the error without trying to hide a single detail. Complete transparency is your foundation here. From there, you effortlessly flow into E for evaluate. Why did the failure actually occur? You might tell them, I underestimated the testing time. Notice the phrasing there? You're demonstrating a deep understanding of the root cause, and you are taking full responsibility. Think about how often people look around for someone else to blame. By keeping the ownership squarely on your own shoulders, you instantly stand out from the crowd. Next, you pivot into A for action, and this is really where the magic happens. You outline the exact proactive solution you created to fix the root cause. You might say, I created a deployment checklist, scheduled the testing earlier, and started using AI-assisted project planning tools. Just like that, you've shifted from being the person who caused a headache to the architect of a brilliant solution. Then, you absolutely have to back up that action with R, a hard result. You could state, since making that change, every single deployment has been completed entirely on schedule. Recruiters absolutely love concrete numbers and measurable proof of success. It's undeniable proof that your action plan actually worked in the real world. Finally, we reach the N, the next level. This is your chance to prove how this failure permanently upgraded your workflow. You explain that now you always combine planning, AI tools, and risk analysis before starting any major project. You are showing them that this misstep made you a more resilient, forward-thinking employee who actively leverages technology for professional growth. Let's look at some real-world proof, applying the framework to an IT support engineer role. The interviewer drops the question, and you respond with, I accidentally formatted a user's computer. Full stop. If you end your story right there at the mistake, well, your interview is practically over. It sounds terrible, and the recruiter is just left visualizing this massive, catastrophic failure. But if you apply the L.E.A.R.N formula, you completely shift the narrative toward your proactive solution. You explain how you immediately informed your supervisor, reviewed the error, realized a verification step was skipped, and then you hit them with, I created a detailed deployment checklist and began using AI-powered documentation tools to verify each migration step. You show exactly how you adapted to ensure it never happens again. And the crucial point here is that you can now proudly point to a rock-solid result. You tell them that over the next year, you completed more than 120 subsequent deployments without a single similar incident. Dropping that number 120 proves your learning was permanent. The mistake completely fades into the background, and your growth takes center stage.
Let's look at a little more real-world proof, applying the framework to a digital marketing role. So imagine your first major advertising campaign got tons of clicks, but literally zero sales. A top-tier candidate doesn't blame the algorithm or complain about the ad platform. Instead, they explain how they used AI analytics tools to dig into user behavior, discovered the landing page was actually incredibly slow, and then fixed the real bottleneck. You're proving you use hard data, not assumptions, to solve problems.
By framing your failure this way, you drive home a massive result. You redesigned the page, refined the targeting, and achieved a 42% conversion increase. That incredible boost directly resulted from your data-driven adaptability, and honestly, that is exactly the kind of answer that gets you hired on the spot.
Let's move on to the 2026 AI prep strategy. How to use AI to bulletproof your interview delivery. You can absolutely use your trusted AI assistant to simulate a high-pressure HR grilling session before you even step foot in the room. Just tell the AI to act as a rigorous HR manager, ask you difficult questions about your past failures, evaluate your answers, and critically tell you exactly where you sound weak.
Run through the simulation 5 or 6 times, and be sure to record yourself while you do it. Listen back to your pacing and your tone. Let the AI help you find those blind spots and refine your communication. But keep this in mind. AI is just a tool. It should never, ever replace your authentic honesty and your actual lived experience. Ultimately, the companies of 2026 are not looking for flawless robots who have never made a single misstep. They are desperately searching for professionals who use their mistakes to adapt, improve, and grow. The professionals who learn faster are always going to have better careers. AI won't replace people who continuously improve. It's going to empower them to reach entirely new heights. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this provocative thought for your next big opportunity. Every single mistake gives you 2 distinct choices. When the time comes, are you going to choose to hide your next failure, or will you use the L.E.A.R.N formula to level up? The choice is entirely yours. Keep learning, keep adapting, and use your experiences to build a completely foolproof case for your future.